welcome back to Knowledge is Key. I'm your host, Kei Renee, and over here is Disco. That is a great intro. I think we should put music to the background.
We should.
Well, hey everybody, welcome back. Another week. It's us again. When we're going to be talking just us today about something good. I ain't gonna hold you. Today we're experimenting with Chat GPT. I named my Chat GPT Shelby.
I refuse to play around with Chat GPT, but you got it.
I named her Shelby, and literally I call her Boo and everything. I'd be like, "What's up, Boo?"
What was Shelby? Like, where did that come from?
I don't know. I was just and I was like, I was talking to like one of my other friends. They're like, "Oh, you gotta name it something like," and I was just like, "Oh, like you tell them like this is your name," and they're like, "Yeah," and then like I was like, "So Shelby."
So you decided to give your Chat GPT a white name? Shelby.
Give me a black Shelby.
Name one black Shelby.
Shelbina. I don't know.
I'm gonna name you Shelby.
Shit, Shelby gonna get me through more doors than Shelby.
I feel you. You should have named her like LaRonda or something like that.
I don't even know a person named LaRonda.
That's crazy. My first boss name is LaRonda.
And that's why you knew it. I worked for a very special black woman named LaRonda, and she was amazing.
Shout out to LaRonda Sutton. She gave me my first job working at Fox King Network, Jamie Foxx Company.
Okay, shout out to LaRonda.
Shout out to LaRonda Sutton.
How you spell it?
Huh?
How you spell it?
LaRonda.
How you spell it?
LaRonda.
Okay, I was just testing your skills.
Hey, listen, my culture skills IQ is
Nah, I'm gonna let y'all know right now.
high.
No, he's pretty good, you guys. I've been listening to him all day, all morning right now. Play some like, do you know this rapper game? I didn't know any of them, but he knew all of them. So he's really good at keeping everyone on culture. Yeah. So in today's show, what we're going to be talking about is building a team, and I'm going to read it because I want to make sure that like we really hit all of them. But we're going to be discussing hiring strategies, fostering positive work culture, and also retaining employees. I need some water. I should have drank some water, but
see. That's why you need some good employees right there. Yeah, we need some water.
And I sent the main one away.
You see that? You done sent him away. Tell him to go do it. Look, he would have been right. He would have been coming in right now with some water.
Can you text him and tell him to bring us some water?
He on his way back.
Okay, can you send a message that says, "Can you stop at the thing and bring down some water?" See, that's what happens when you have an amazing team. We can send a little text. We're all one big family. But for everyone else, I know building a team is like an essential part of growing your business. It's an essential part of establishing your business. And I know sometimes when we're first starting out, we're like, well, money like has to deal with like building a team or whatever. And I'm gonna tell you right now, don't worry about that. There's gonna be people out there who are gonna either want to A, ride your wave, B, are inspired by you and want to learn from you, or C, there's going to be someone out there who's going to be like, yo, look, I know how we can turn this into some bread, so let me just join your team, just give me my percentage, and we're going to get it cracking. Okay.
Yeah. How has your experience been with, like, getting new people on your team?
I mean, because I've, like, hired so many people and let so many people go, firing is, like, my favorite thing. It is. I do not mind letting somebody go.
You are mean. I'm going to be the first person to say it. You are mean.
No. If anyone has worked for me, actually, I screenshotted a comment of someone. Actually, you know what? I'm going to find it. I actually did screenshot a comment.
I like firing people. I like getting all these people's hopes up and dreams.
While I find this, you explain how your experience is, and then I'm going to read exactly how a girl who has worked for me in many cities explained why I'm not mean and what I really am, okay? So you explain.
Okay. Well, for me, you know, I actually think I'm too nice, to be honest with you at times. But I've met and built my team all in different ways. Okay. You know, some of them have reached out to me. Some of them I've just like saw potential in and accepted them. But the one thing that I didn't realize is that it's a revolving door.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is a revolving door, and it's not a bad thing. It's just it's just a thing of, people move on, or people get what they need out of you, or vice versa, and it is a revolving door. That's why my new thing is, I tell people all the time, I don't want to see you next year.
Why?
I don't want to see you. Like, maybe one or two people, sure, but my job has become I'm not gonna say a year, right? But long term, it's my job is to kind of like find these people and give them the keys and everything that I have, and then mold them into what they are trying to become, and let them go out there and do their thing. I've realized that I can easily be in a position to gatekeep, and I just don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I rather like.
But then how do you have retention if you're? Because I'm gonna tell you this one thing. When like I first was like starting and I had my blog, and I would bring I would get interns who would come and work, and I would always be like, you know what? I want you to be better than me. Like, I want to train you so that you're independent, so you're all these things, But then I would build them up so good that they were like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm starting my own company. The same shit you doing because you inspired me and told me to do it. And I'm like, no, now you're gone.
Well, that's it. I mean, but
but it's like, so I think sometimes like I had to learn like stop trying to turn everyone into an entrepreneur. Like, how are you going to keep someone? You're not going to be able to keep your people around if you keep trying to turn them into business owners, because then you're going to need to like let them blossom and let them go. Like, just make them be really good at, help them become really good at being here.
Look at you. Like, be really good at being right here under me. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to create you so you can work for me.
And then you can literally build your own thing on the side, but let's kick it, get it cracking. Like, don't build too soon. Like, you feel me? Like, calm down.
I love it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I personally love it. I being an entrepreneur and being somebody who has a couple businesses and steady moving and shaking, I think that you never know who's the next person that you could, create, or who can flourish outside of you. Yeah. I'm on my path already. I'm good where I'm going. But these people, the Ethans, the Akaris, the Sanis, the Tristans, these are all people who work for me. It's like the most I can do for them is give them the game, teach them, and have them respect my business and how I run my business. It's definitely things in there that I implement that I ain't about to just let you just you got studio whatever. But most of the time, when you do give them that openness to create, or that openness to do it what they want, most of the time they want me along the journey with them.
No, yeah, for sure. But at the end of the day, I still want you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I heard what you said.
Yeah. Most of the time, that's all fine and dandy. But nah, you too good to give up. So let me
foster, let me invest in you. Let's build, and I want to help you build yourself too. Like, I mean, I'm always like a champion of like helping others get to the next point, because at the end of the day, like, if you do stay here, I want everyone around me to be bosses. Like, I do want everyone around me to be bosses in their own right. You feel me?
Hey,
that don't mean I want you to leave yet.
Like what Dame Dad said. How you gonna be a boss if you got a boss? You can't be a boss if you under a whole nother man.
You sound like a Russian mafia. He is black. Okay, I'm sure. Okay, so let me read to you guys what a lovely, lovely woman who has worked for me multiple times, and I've hired her multiple times. Okay. She says, she gets it done, has amazing decorating skills. Thank you, girl. She is the icon of pop-ups and a doll to work with. She is stern with her SHIT, but once she gets her hands in it, to prepare to get it done the key way. I love you, girl, and thank you for all the opportunities. You see? No, honestly, I am mean. Like, but I'm like.
Thank you for being honest about that and open.
I'm not mean. I'm just very like
No.
I don't have a filter really, and I don't really know how to. I'm not really good at what is it called? Like,
yeah, she's not the sugarcoating type.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. I would say this.
But I'm gonna make sure you have a good time. You're gonna learn and you're gonna do some dope stuff.
Look, if you were just flat out mean, I don't think we would be cool like that.
Yes,
So
would.
nah.
Listen, he is mean.
No, I'm not.
Yes, he is.
No, I'm not. I'm nice.
Off camera, he is not that nice, y'all.
I'm very nice.
No, he's actually very, very nice.
Yeah,
I'm very nice.
I'm just open and I'm transparent.
Yeah.
And you gonna respect me, but that's different. That's different from being mean.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think you mean. We've been friends and business partner and working with each other for I don't know how long.
A long time.
It's about to be like 7 years, 6 years.
Yeah. Like we're still here. We still giggle. I can poke him. Beep.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't even know what that was.
But it's just the fact that I know I can. You feel me?
So let me ask you this, Miss whatever that message it is that you just got with all the good accolades. Have you ever had any bad experiences with employees?
I have. I've had like good and bad. Trying to think about how I can okay, let me think. So I of course curate in the retail space. Mm-hmm. So there's money flowing in and out of cash registers, obviously, and like theft is a thing in these stores. But you never want it to be from your employees or whatever. So I've definitely had like a employee theft situation happen,
really?
Where it was more so like they were accepting tips behind the register, but then in their mind they validated that they're a cashier, so they should get tips.
What?
Yeah, at a clothing store.
What was the tips though? Like some people tip.
Nah, when I tell you the tips, because I was like, you ever just glance and I'm like, yo, they got a lot of cash coming out their back pocket, like behind the cash register. This is weird. And so I security, hey, can you just pull that cashier? We just gotta talk. And it hurt my heart too, because I really like this person, but I didn't even know how to approach it, because I'm like, I've never had nothing like this. So I'm just like, hey, so if you don't mind, what's all in your pocket? Because we empty pockets when we go up to the cash register, and they're like, they just started shaking, and I'm like, oh, they about to start lying. Oh, right. And I was just I was like, security asked security, can you just bring it out? It was a good little amount, a good little rent amount. And I was just like, so what is this? And they're like, oh, when people are coming up to the line, they're tipping me to get them more shoes or to do, and I'm like, tipping you? We don't tip in
First off, you can come and drop it off.
It was a weird, sticky situation, but at the end of the day, I felt like that was probably the most weirdest, difficultest position to be put in as the person who hired you, and it's do I fire you on the spot? Is this even wrong? Is it right? Are you technically stealing? Are you finessing the program? But I did have to fire the person, and it was even weirder because she pulled up the next morning to the store in uniform.
She was ready. She was like, hey, they gonna forget.
No,
they gonna forget. They ain't gonna remember this. I gave the money back. Speaking of good employees, though, my man Akari in the building. And look what he got for you.
And the has on the Cristo.
No, go to two. Go to two, man. Go to one. Yeah, show them, give them the water, man.
Thank you.
People need to see what goes on, man. This good.
Who are you? You didn't bring us no lollipops.
That's crazy. The no lollipops is wild.
That's crazy. He gonna eat them here too.
I didn't know y'all wanted this.
He said y'all asked for water.
Not lollipops. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah. Okay, so let's backtrack. Okay, so strategies. What strategies do you have for the hiring process?
Are you saying to find or to hire?
Let's start with finding.
For me, I think finding comes in different forms. Mm-hmm. Usually, I find a lot of my people in the same field or they're doing stuff, or they just kind of see me doing things, and then they latch on and become a part of it, and then it's just like a vetting process to see who this person is. I'm big personally on morals and values, who you are as a person. You know what I mean? Because that is going to let me know if you can even deal with me. Yeah. Because I can't have nobody around me that can't. If I say something and you take it personal and get to crying and all that, don't cry around me. We don't do that. I cry. I'm just saying, don't cry around me. We don't.
And I'm mean. I'm the mean one. You can't even cry around this man. What if they're stressed out in the project or something?
If you stress out on the project, really don't cry about me. My motto, my team motto is what? Did the team know? If I'm not crying, we're not crying. No, what's the team? What is? I like that though. But what is it?
Such is life.
Say it one more time.
Such is life. Such
is life, nigga. If
wait, was that the motto he really told you, or you just came up with that? Be honest. You can look at me and say it.
No, it was.
When did you learn that? What day?
Like the first day.
Okay, good. What day? Because Ethan didn't learn it.
I said it first.
Ethan didn't learn.
Ethan learned it. You learned that the first day you meet me. Such is life. If things go wrong, if things break, if we get robbed, if whatever, don't come around me stressing. It happened. What we gonna do? Yeah. We got at that point. We just gotta move forward and keep it going and figure it out. If you get to crying around me and all of that, nah, you gotta go. We ain't crying. We ain't doing no crying around here and all of that.
I feel it with like setting your boundaries. Yeah. I think like for me, I like to, even when like I'm in like an interviewing process, I never interview no one based off of their resume. I interview them based off of your life. Like I'm always like honestly, most of my interview process, I've never asked you what do you do for work. I want to know like, how did you wake up this morning? Like what was your morning routine like? Tell me like about what are you passionate about?
That's good. Yeah.
Tell me like I need to know who you are. Like, do you have goals and dreams? Like, right. I want to know like that type of stuff, and I want to get to know like the human and not the work. And really? I think like for me like that has helped me because I can see your resume. Like if I can already see like you've done all these amazing things, cool, whatever. But I gotta work with you as a human. So like I want to know like if me and you are gonna be together for a whole week on a project, are we gonna get along?
Right.
Are we gonna be able to have conversation if the work is done? Like, can I now talk to you about something? Like, that's just like how I base who I wanna like work with and how I hire.
No, that's good. Yeah. I fuck with that. Me personally, it is a form of that, you know, but if my benefit long term, I'm seeding you niggas.
Yeah. I mean, that's when, like, the vetting process, I think, like, when you're thinking about, like, bringing someone onto your team, I think you should date that person for a little bit, like, and just, like, not necessarily them full pledge, bring them on all the way, but you gotta kind of, you gotta vet them first. Like, you gotta give them throw them a little something, for sure. See how they react to it, pay attention before you, like, full commit to something or to anybody. And I think like one thing especially, unfortunately, like building a team as a female, I think sometimes gets a little tricky, you know, because for one, you're a female, and then when you want to bring on other females, it gets catty, it gets weird, and then when you want to bring on dudes, they get weird. You know, so it's like I think as a female you have to be really on your toes when it comes to building a team around you. You really gotta vet the people around you, and you kinda gotta like, I think you gotta be okay with picking people off.
Yeah.
And like, you know, trial and error in people, seeing how it works. Find those girls who are, because you know, everyone's girl power until they get under a girl who's powerful.
Right.
And then they don't know how to deal with the power. So you have to like, and I feel like dudes don't really deal with that type of energy when it comes to like hiring other men to work underneath them. I think women deal with that a lot.
Are you kidding me?
You deal with that?
I mean, I don't
like,
because that's not true necessarily. You gotta understand, it's dudes. It's a lot of testosterone and energy around. I'm not saying that it gets hostile or whatever, but it is definitely you know, it's a See, I get it out in different ways.
Yeah.
By doing like little competitive things or whatever the case may be. But again, you got to understand, even with dudes, they might look at you and be like, oh, you do this, I can do that. You know what I mean? And it's stuff like that. Even what you said about women, though, listen, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I agree with you, but I disagree. I think that it's harder for a man to bring a woman onto his team.
And, I think that's hard too. I could imagine. For one, like it depends. Like it. That's definitely a situation.
Yeah.
It depends on like if the man is fine.
No. Go ahead. Speak your mind.
Are you saying it's harder than a woman to bring on a man, or are you saying just the dynamic of men and women?
No. So look, this is what I'll say, right? And Tutu know this because all of my business partners, except for a few now too, are all women, right? I mesh well with women when it comes to more so partnering up. Hey, we got an idea or we trying to do something. Let's build together, right? Same level, same, Yeah. I love women for that. If I had an assistant though, and I'm like, hey, I have a female assistant, it get a little, and I've had female assistants, I've had them. I don't think that there's nothing like wrong with having a female assistant. I think that there is a part of it though where you have to tread very lightly.
Yeah. I mean, I have a friend who's hiring assistants right now, and his main thing is like, he's like, I'm gonna get a girl, but she can't be attractive. She can't be this.
And all that stuff.
If I even feel like she's flirting with me, I'm gonna have to cut her.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just don't want that pressure put on me. And I'm like,
so is that more of like your responsibility?
It's the dude's responsibility. Yeah.
No, 100%. Because it's something
to hold themselves accountable for how they're acting. Because at the same time, like even if I were to hire, I feel like that would actually be a little bit easier for me. Even if I were to hire someone like a male and he was whatever he was, I think no matter what, it's the hiring person's responsibility to restrain themselves.
Not even restrain yourself is one thing, but I think that to set it's your job to set the boundary.
Yeah.
Because if you don't set that boundary and sometimes especially young women, they could say they can do certain things, they can come dress certain ways and all of that stuff, and I'm not saying nothing is wrong with that, okay? Nothing is wrong with that at all. Come as you please. Come as you please. But what I am saying is that there, it's a hard line where the perception of it all could become a thing. And on top of that, let's call a spade. If there ever was to be an issue in that, we know who we believe in. No, not even that. But it's not about who we believe in. It's just that to even go through the process becomes a thing. It's like you don't want to. Even if I had a female assistant, and that's to this day that's my homegirl. You know what I mean? I look out for her. I'll whatever. But if she came out and she was like, "Yo, he blah blah whatever," right? It doesn't matter. You can look at me and be like, "That nigga you know what I mean? You can do that all day, but as far as my business goes, as far as
you just feel like whatever, you have to tread a little lighter when you're a male who's hiring a female as opposed to like a female who's hiring a man,
right?
Because people aren't really like even thinking that way,
right?
Like it's instant judgment.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you.
But I would say like this, and let's just be real, because we calling all these spades. Half these dudes who is hiring females are doing it to them anyway.
Exactly.
So that's why it's like
exactly.
They're smashing their female.
I don't say. Listen.
Anyway, and so it's like
I get that, but again, for me personally, I'm not hitting you. Don't come over here and expect me to. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do it. To me, this space for me, when it comes to work, I don't work for and no offense to this, but I don't work for women. You know what I'm saying? I don't work for women. Like I don't
work for me.
No. I work with you. I work with you. I don't work for though. Like me. Let me clear my statement. when I say I don't work for women, I'm saying that I don't work in order to attract women. Like I don't.
Okay, good,
yeah,
good,
I don't.
good.
I don't work for like.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm voicing that right.
You are
But certain people and certain men, they do stuff to attract women.
and to
You get what I'm
attract
saying? So
attention,
for them, it becomes a plus to say, oh, I got a bad female assistant,
True,
or you know what I mean, or she's gonna attract more of the bad chicks, and it's gonna be like that around me. I don't do it for that. For me, it's we come to work hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It don't look pretty. It don't look cute. We working. You know what I mean? So if you with that, then by all means, I don't care how you come or whatever, as long as you're willing to work hard. But I'm not coming to do the fashion show and I got the baddie and all of that. We're not doing that.
So what advice would you give for a male entrepreneur who's out there who's like, I am on this hiring journey and I do want to hire a female because at the end of the day, women are productive.
They are.
And, they will get you right. So what advice would you have for them if they were hiring? And sorry, guys, my eye is doing its own thing. It does it all day. So I'm going to be over here rubbing it because it's burning while he gives this answer.
My advice to that is simple. It's make sure that they're in it for the right reasons. If you have a female assistant and she doesn't have any passion or idea of even what you do, but she just a pretty girl and to me, this is nothing doing not as key, but I love women. Let's just say that, right?
Oh gosh.
What's this? I ain't got no time. Because I say that because when I don't want to say like, oh, a bad chick, and then you think like, oh, this girl is da da da, right? You know what I mean? I'm saying that if it's a girl that you're hiring and you are attracted to her, and you know that at some point you're gonna, men, we ain't stupid. If you know at some point that your attraction to her, and if she gives you some energy, it could become a thing. You know what I mean? And that thing could potentially, cause a rift in your business. Yeah. Or even her production. Yeah. Or, she use them. Don't do it. If you can't, I'm not saying you can't do business with women you're not attracted to, but if you know.
If you don't have the self-control.
Yeah, there's certain, I'm a man. There's certain women out there that I'm not going to have no self-control around. I'm going to throw a shot. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'd rather not even have you. When it comes to business, nah.
I feel it. Listen. I'm a wholesome young woman.
We got to rap.
I know we are. First of all, don't tell me what. Do not tell me to rap. We literally got 1 minute. I know we do. All right. So with that being said, everybody, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you learned something, please let us know in the comments. If you're hiring, please let us know some of your strategies in the comments too. And be sure to check us out on all the platforms that we're trending on: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, social media. I am Kei Renee. This is Disco. And you've been watching Knowledge is Key. And Disco.